on the premiere episode, Gina does imply that you like to throw grenades and then run away. What is your response to that?
Well, I think that's an absolute inaccuracy because I don't like to hurt people. And you can go back, and this is my 8th season on the show, and I will call people out on things that they do that are unkind, but I really don't attack people's character just because I don't like to create drama. I'm opinionated, and that gets me in trouble quite often. But I don't like to argue with people, and I don't like to create drama. And it's frustrating to me that Gina and Emily feel that I told them because I wanted them to bring it up. Not at all.
Now, you've had your ups and downs with Heather on previous seasons of the show. What was your first thought when you found out she was coming back? Were you excited, nervous? Were you curious to see where your friendship could go?
We did start out in a rocky sort of way, but after the years went on, we were ended up in a great place. So I was very excited for her to come back. I mean, I think it's her lifestyle is so much fun to see, and so it's been a lot of fun to have her back. I think she's a great ad.
Yeah, what can you tease about your journey with Heather this season?
Well, I would say that it's not just like this. There are some downs. There's some ups and there's some downs. Maybe in the first episode.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. I saw that first episode. It was pretty explosive.
Right.
There
It's like
towards the end.
and not intentional. So sometimes it's like, is this all really happening? You can't script some of this stuff.
Totally. Yeah, I'm sure it was frustrating for you to have gotten to a great place with Heather and then bam, premiere episode, things are already
Right.
falling apart.
Yeah, it was, but we've worked things through, and I think that we're in a good spot now.
We have Noella, who has a sex dungeon. We have Nicole, who used to date Kid Rock, and then we have Dr. Jen, who can all, hook us all up with Botox. So how would you describe your friendships with those three newcomers?
Well, I don't know Nicole all that well, because she didn't film that much. But as far as Noella goes, I got along with her right away. And Dr. Jen, it was a kind of a slow start because I didn't spend a lot of time with her. But as soon as we went on our first all cast trip, we really got to be close friends. So I enjoyed both of them. I think they're both
Yeah.
great for the show.
Yeah, and then it's also so nice to see you growing closer with Gina and Emily in the premiere. I mean, there may be some bumps in the road in your friendship with them, but what did you appreciate about the opportunity to grow closer with them?
One thing about this show is you never say never. I mean, I didn't really get along with them when I first met them, and I was going through a very acrimonious divorce at the time, so it wasn't on my priority list to bring new people into my life. But now that I've spent more time with them, and it's our 4th year together, there are some really great qualities in both of the girls.
Just last night, Shannon told Emily and I that she had this secret about Nicole, that Nicole sued Terry Dubrow.
Okay, well, do you know that she dated Kid Rock right after Pam Anderson?
No.
She did. And she looked like Pam Anderson.
I'm asking her.
Well, it wasn't something that I didn't mean to say. I was just very perplexed about who this girl was that said that she knew me, because I knew someone of a different name. I looked at photographs of her and I didn't recognize her. So it didn't make sense to me. And because the girl that I knew had an issue with the Dubrows like 20 years ago. And I shouldn't have said it because I never wanted it to come out on camera. I would never want to hurt anyone's family or their business. And so that was upsetting to me, because even though you say something to two girls, you're not saying it to the world. But when you are on camera, you are saying it to the world. So that's where I feel bad. I shouldn't have even confided in them. But I was feeling, a burgeoning friendship with them. We had a kumbaya moment. We're not going to bring this up. And then here you go. It's right away.
Did you ever expect that Gina and Emily would bring it up on camera to Heather later on? Did you feel like you maybe broke your trust a little bit?
Well, first of all, at that point, I didn't know if it was the same girl, because it didn't make sense to me that the Dubrows would be friends with someone that they were involved in a lawsuit with. At the same time, when finding out that it was the same girl, I'm not going to question what they resolved between themselves 20 years ago. I am still not going to bring it up. So I was hopeful that they would respect, what we had discussed. There's no reason to bring up something that's 20 years old.